This is happiness, to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Mood Prep. My name is Dave Nixon, and we're going to continue on with coaching commitments today. And if you aren't up to speed, the last three episodes, I've gone through the first three of my coaching commandments, which is basically a small model that I developed to help coaches how to coach clients or other coaches, basically. This is mostly built for the fitness industry. However, you can really grasp this and transfer it to many different areas of life and many different industries. So it is sort of inter-industry based, I suppose, is a way to think about it. But you can actually download the full ebook. You should be able to do it from my website, davenixon.com.au. Otherwise, you can either hit me up and I'll just send it to you on any of the socials. Is fine. But today we are going on to number 4, which is teach, don't tell. In short, trainers tell and coaches teach. It's a big difference, right? And this is an interesting thing. I think there's different fields of being a trainer and a coacher. And a trainer is basically helping somebody develop a skill. They train them to basically develop a skill, whereas a coach is significantly different from the sense of they have the ability, capacity to not only, you can be a coach / trainer, but a coach will also be able to help that individual understand themselves better by facilitating a safe space and asking questions. So there's a big difference here, but we really want to look at this idea of going, we're not just going to tell them what to do. We're not an instructor. This is the instruction of an exercise or anything else associated with telling someone what to do. We want to teach them. And this is crucial across the board with employees, with your team members, with clients. Doesn't matter. If we constantly come from this space of teaching instead of telling, it's the whole idea of feed a man to, teach a man to fish rather than give a man a fish, right? And when we teach them, and over time, because learning is a continual unfolding process, over time, the person will develop that as a skill. It's not, here I've taught you, we've gone through this, you're not listening or any of that kind of rubbish. It's we're going to develop it again so we can continually learn it. To learn a skill, we have to repeat, right? And this is why it's so important. I recently had a challenge start, literally just recently on the weekend, and there's plenty of people that had plenty of questions, and some people might start to apologize, right? They go, "I'm sorry, I've got so many questions. You must think I'm this or whatever." It's just like, if people are asking questions, then they're actually engaged, and if people are engaged, then there's less room for actual error, but it also means that I have an opportunity to teach. So as they're asking questions, it doesn't mean that they're stupid, they're not following the process or anything along those lines. It actually means that this person wants to understand and they have questions that they seek answers to. So having clients with questions is significantly better than having clients with no questions. And the other thing around it, it's like you want to be able to have questions you can't answer rather than answers you can't question. A really important way to consider that. But above all, it's really important to ensure that whether it be our clients or our athletes or employees or coaches, that we're constantly encouraging this dialogue where people are able to continually engage and ask questions to have a deeper understanding, because from there, as time passes, so over time, people will then develop it. They learn the skill or whatever skills are associated with it. So it's really important to be able to have this angle of, from being a coach, that I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to, there's 3 levels, right? Telling, teaching. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to teach you what to do. And then the level above that is, I'm going to work with you and facilitate a safe space or a safe environment or whatever terms you want to use to help them learn about themselves, because we will never know for them. We don't know what things mean directly for them. We can only kind of guess, and that's guessing is heavily based off our experience. So whether people like to hear that or not, it's true. So the beauty here, the benefit here is being able to really understand the client's position. And in order to do that, we want to calibrate with them, not mind read them. The difference between calibration and mind reading is, oh, you're doing this, it must mean you're anxious, or, you stopped, it must mean you're tired, or anything along those lines, rather than checking in with them. Hey, just noticed this. Can you tell me a bit more about that? Hey, I just noticed that you did Y. Is everything okay? Hey, I haven't seen you in the gym for a little bit. Just want to check in with you to see if everything's okay. There's so many variations of that where we get to actually engage in a conversation that really can turn into this opportunity for education on both sides, the coach's side or the educator's side and the student's side. Now, the beauty about this whole teach, don't tell, which is another coaching commandment later on in the 15, is that we have the ability to continually stay the student. So when we're teaching, right, to teach is to learn twice. So when we come from a place of teaching, where we constantly have the opportunity to learn as well, we're not just telling them and then going and we're transmitting our learning, we're actually teaching and learning at the same time. And this is one of the most powerful things for both parties, because it means that we both get to develop, not just a person telling, not the person just getting told, is simply they're just getting somewhat of a codependent pattern just created for them, is I need you here to tell me what to do, rather than teaching that individual to truly understand themselves and the movements and what to pay attention to in the body. And from here, we can help support the client or the athlete to continually develop and deepen this kinesthetic awareness, this cognitive awareness of their thoughts as well, and also become aware of their own feelings and reactions to different situations, whether that be based on any different types of things, such as I commonly use the example that the gym gives me anxiety. Well, here we have an opportunity to understand that the gym doesn't give me anxiety. The gym can't. It's an innate object. It isn't able to transmit anxiety to me. That's not how it works. I become anxious at my thoughts of the gym. And so this is one of the ways that we start to see that it's not that I have anxiety. Anxiety for most people is something that we do, not something that we have, and which is really interesting. And a lot of people may, find that sort of interesting to unpack. But more often than not, it's truly getting a deepening understanding of our thoughts and emotions and our responses. It's called metastating. So it's our thoughts about our thoughts, our feelings about our thoughts about our thoughts, our thoughts about our feelings about our thoughts about our thoughts, and so on and so forth. And so when we can truly understand all of this, let alone our own kinesthetic awareness of our body, we start to have this full integrated approach to teach the client, to teach the athlete, to understand themselves, all of them, their thoughts, their emotions, their physical body, their behaviors, their responses. And this is where we start to empower somebody, because, a true coach gets their clients not to need them. A coach gets their clients not to need them, right? Whereas an instructor or a trainer, more often than not, will need their clients to need them, because it's going to help, give them a monthly paycheck or a weekly, subscription, or whatever the case might be. Where in reality, a true coach, the whole idea is that that client may stick around for whatever reason, but their goal is to get their client not to need them, because from there, it means that they've done their job well. If the client constantly needs them, it means they haven't done their job well. It's a different fucking mindset shift, but it's one of the most powerful ones we can make as a health professional, but as a coach in any area, as a mentor in any area. So one of my biggest ones to offer you is to teach, don't tell. But on that note, team, I'm done. If you found this podcast beneficial, it would mean the world to me if you'd pass it on to someone else that you think would also find it beneficial. And if you haven't already, jump on Facebook, search Move Prep Community. I'd love to see you in there. And that's it. That's me done for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Until then, peace and pizza, kick it in the dick, slay the dragon. I'll see you soon.
To be everything at once, be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.